Studies show that up to 79% of dogs eat grass occasionally. It's not considered harmful in healthy dogs, and it's even observed in wild canids like wolves and foxes. So if your dog's enjoying the occasional nibble of grass, it's not necessarily cause for concern. That said, there are several reasons why dogs do this, and understanding which reason applies to your dog can help you manage it or rule out any potential problems. Hi, I'm Laura. I run a natural dog treat business and I help new dog owners figure things out. Let's first take a look at the common reasons dogs eat grass. Instinctive behaviour. Dogs are omnivores by nature, meaning they eat both meat and plant matter, and in the wild they often consumed plants as part of a varied diet. This included grasses, berries, roots, and the stomach contents of herbivorous prey. Grass eating may simply be a leftover instinct, something many dogs just do, even if they're not hungry or unwell. Digestive upset or nausea. A popular theory is that dogs eat grass when they feel unwell or nauseous and want to make themselves vomit. There's some truth to this. If your dog suddenly eats grass frantically and vomits shortly after, it could be an attempt to relieve discomfort. Grass can irritate the stomach lining just enough to trigger vomiting. That said, most dogs who eat grass don't vomit afterwards, so while this might explain it in some cases, it's not the sole reason. What to look for: sudden urgent grass eating, vomiting within minutes, licking lips, or swallowing excessively before or after grass eating. If this happens frequently or is accompanied by lethargy or a loss of appetite, it's worth discussing with your vet, as it could indicate ongoing nausea, acid reflux, or even an underlying digestive disorder. Boredom or stress. Dogs who aren't mentally or physically stimulated may turn to repetitive behaviours like chewing, digging, or yes, grass eating. If your dog is under-exercised or left alone for long periods, they may start eating grass as a form of self-soothing or to pass the time. Stress, anxiety, and even changes in routine can also trigger this type of behaviour. In this case, grass eating is more about emotional regulation than diet or illness. What to look for? Grass eating mostly happens when your dog is left alone or understimulated. It's part of a pattern of other repetitive or compulsive behaviours. It increases during periods of stress or change. If the grass eating is constant, intense, and hard to interrupt, it may be a sign of compulsive behaviour linked to stress, anxiety, or a lack of stimulation. In this case, it would be advisable to look at your routine, increase mental stimulation with longer walks or enrichment games, and if the behaviour is severe, it would be worth discussing it with a canine behaviourist to address the root cause of the problem. Nutritional gaps or fibre seeking. Some dogs may eat grass because they're craving fibre or because something's missing in their diet. This is more common in dogs on highly processed diets that are low in natural fibre. By eating grass, they may be trying to support their digestion or help move things along. But this isn't always the whole story, and even dogs on higher quality diets may still be craving additional fibre. What to look for? Frequent grass eating, irregular stools, so loose, hard, or inconsistent stools. If you think this might be the case, consider upgrading their diet or including a bit of fibre such as cooked sweet potato, pumpkin, cooked or powdered, or steamed green beans or leafy greens, and observe whether the grass eating decreases. Dogs fed cheaper, highly processed kibble or wet food will benefit from more digestible, nutrient-rich alternatives, but if your budget doesn't allow for an upgrade, adding these extras could help to resolve the issue. They just like it. Sometimes it really is that simple. Your dog just enjoys eating grass. Some grass has a sweet taste and a crunchy texture, and some dogs, they just enjoy it as a pleasant sensory experience. If your dog is otherwise healthy, has regular stools, isn't vomiting, and is eating well, the odd bit of grass munching isn't something to worry about. Dolly, who's not here today, but she indulges in a bit of grass eating from time to time. She seems to do it when the grass is wet, when it's been raining, so I've always assumed she's enjoying the moisture in the grass, but who knows? So should you ever be concerned about grass eating? While the behaviour is mostly harmless, there are a few situations where grass eating could signal a more serious underlying issue. Frequent vomiting. If your dog regularly eats grass and throws up afterwards, or is vomiting at other times too and there's grass in it, it's worth speaking to your vet. Changes in appetite or weight. If your dog is losing weight, going off food, or showing any other signs of illness, and also eating grass, book a checkup. It may be a clue that something isn't quite right. Pesticides or herbicide exposure. The biggest risk with grass eating isn't the behaviour itself, it's what's on the grass. If your dog is eating grass in parks, gardens, or verges where weed killers or pesticides may have been used, this can be dangerous. Symptoms of poisoning include drooling, vomiting, twitching, or collapse. Always keep your dogs away from recently treated lawns or areas that you're unsure about. Grass eating in dogs is usually harmless and completely normal. In fact, for many dogs, it's just part of how they explore the world, and it may even serve a functional purpose from time to time. The key is to look at the bigger picture, your dog's overall health, behaviour, environment and diet. If in doubt, check in with your vet or drop me a comment below. I am always happy to help you work out what's normal and what might need attention. If you found today's video interesting, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.